Let's say China.
China.
China. China.
There are next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
You go over to China.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump statement, tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel. What's he doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host.
Hello, and welcome. I am James Andrews, and you are listening to So This Happened, the only news, and I say this under oath, that you will need today. It's Friday, woohoo, the 9th of June, 2017, and today Donald Trump said that he would speak under oath on Comey. He didn't say when he would do this, but he did say, I would. Because of course right now it's a he said thing, but James Comey has testified under oath that Donald Trump asked him to drop the investigation into Michael Flynn and also asked for his loyalty. Donald Trump has tweeted a lot about it, but he hasn't actually said anything that is under oath. So he's now said, I would absolutely do that. Of course, he hasn't said when he would do that or if he would do that, just that, yeah, I would, absolutely. And of course, Donald Trump famously tweeted not long ago that James Comey better hope that there are no tapes of our conversations before he starts leaking to the press. Well, the House panel has requested that if such recordings exist, that they be submitted by the 23rd of June. And I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say we will never, ever see any tapes from recordings in the White House, even if they existed. Because if they did, and they confirm what James Comey has said, you can be pretty sure that Donald Trump has got Sean Spicer out back in a little garbage can burning the shit out of them. So if you see smoke coming from the back of the White House, you know exactly what it is. That's Sean Spicer burning the tapes. And I do just want to play some of the things that Donald Trump said today. He had a press conference on the lawn of the White House, and it's awesome. So I'm going to play what the journalists asked, and then I'm going to play Donald Trump's response, because it's worth a listen.
Mr. President, this morning on Twitter, you were referring to the testimony of James Comey vindicating you. But I wondered if you could tell us in person, sir, why you feel that his testimony vindicated you when it's really boils down to his word against your word. And if you could also tell us, sir, do tapes exist of your conversations with him?
Well, I'll tell you about that maybe sometime in the very near future. But in the meantime, no collusion, no obstruction. He's a leaker, but we want to get back to running our great country. Jobs, trade deficits, we want them to disappear fast. North Korea, big problem. Middle East, a big problem. So that's what I am focused on. That's what I have been focused on. But yesterday showed no collusion, no obstruction. We are doing really well. That was an excuse by the Democrats who lost an election that some people think they shouldn't have lost, because it's almost impossible for the Democrats to lose the Electoral College, as you know. You have to run up the whole East Coast and you have to win everything as a Republican, and that's just what we did. So it was just an excuse. But we were very, very happy. And frankly, James Comey confirmed a lot of what I said. And some of the things that he said just weren't true. Thank you very much.
Okay, two things on that. First, Donald, if you know if there are tapes, just tell us. Don't play this stupid fucking reality TV show game where you go, and tune in next week to find out if there are tapes. And secondly, shut the fuck up about the election. We get it. You won, okay? Are you happy? You won. Congratulations. You were shut up. Stop talking about it. My God, it's boring. It is boring. And before we all die of boredom, let's have a listen to another answer the president gave.
Mr. President, I want to get back to James Comey's testimony. You suggested he didn't tell the truth in everything he said. He did say under oath that you told him to let the Flynn, you said you hoped the Flynn investigation he could
I
let
didn't
go.
say that.
So he lied about that.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you, I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd be
loyalty?
nothing wrong if I did say it, according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
And did he ask for a pledge of loyalty from you? That's another thing he said.
No, he did not.
So he said those things under oath. Would you be willing to speak under oath to give your version of those events?
100%. I
And-
didn't say under oath. I hardly know the man. I'm not going to say, I want you to pledge allegiance. Who would do that? Who would ask a man to pledge allegiance under oath? I mean, think of it. I hardly know the man. It doesn't make sense. No, I didn't say that, and I didn't say the other.
So if Robert Mueller wanted to speak with you about that,
I would be glad to tell him exactly what I just told you, Joe.
And you seem to be hinting that there are recordings of those conversations.
I'm not hinting anything. I'll tell you about it over a very short period of time. Okay? Okay. Do you have a question here?
When will you tell us about the
Over a
recordings?
fairly short period of time.
Okay. I don't even want to talk about this because it's Friday and I want to be in a really good mood. And that man is infuriating. I can't. I don't even have. I really don't have words, and that's unusual for me because I'm usually quite loudmouthed. But I literally have nothing to say about any of that statement. It just was. That's how it was. I literally have no words. So let's turn our attention to something that, while still doesn't really make much sense, we can at least discuss it a little more without getting absolutely tied in knots and infuriated. So, the British election that happened last night. There was nobody who came out with a majority large enough to form a government. So, what exactly does that mean for Great Britain? Now, we're not going to get into the ins and outs of British politics because it is phenomenally complicated and we literally just don't have time to do that. Here's what you need to know. In order to form a government to become the Prime Minister, your party needs 326 seats to win. Last night, after the general election, the Conservatives, which is Theresa May's party, ended up with 318 votes. The Labour Party, who had a really strong showing last night, ended up with 262 seats, which is 30 more than they had previously. And then the other parties sort of were down from there. The Scottish National Party was down significantly. They lost 21 seats to go to 35, I believe. The Liberal Dems, marginal seats. The DUP, and we'll get into what they are soon, they have gained 10 seats. So now, in order for Theresa May to form a government, and she has the most number of seats, so she gets the first chance of forming a government, what she has to do is find 10 seats from somewhere. And to look at this in past terms, when David Cameron ran as a Conservative, he did not have enough seats either, so he joined with Nick Clegg and the Liberal Democrats in order to form a government. And the way that worked was David Cameron was the Prime Minister, Nick Clegg was the Deputy Prime Minister, and because they joined forces, they had that magic 326 numbers. Now, in order for Theresa May to get those extra seats that she needs, she is looking to form with the DUP. Now, the DUP is the Democratic Unionist Party. They're a party from Northern Ireland. And it looks like that is who she's going to form a party with. So let's have a look at who the DUP are, because this, to me, is a little bit concerning. The DUP party was started in 1971 by Ian Paisley, and it began life as the Protestant Union Party. And this was when the troubles in Ireland between the Catholics and the Protestants was raging, and it was huge. So this was a very pro-British party at the time. Remember, the Protestants were pro keeping Northern Ireland part of Britain, and the Catholics were, where the IRA army was, they were wanting to be independent. So that's where the party was formed. Now, the current leader is a lady called Arlene Foster, and she's been in charge of the party for a few years now. The party is described as a right-wing populist party. Does that sound familiar? It does, right? Yeah. And in recent years, they've been supported by the paramilitary Ulster loyalist groups such as the Ulster Defence Association, the Ulster Volunteer Force, and the Red Hand Commando, which have been prescribed terrorist organisations. So now the future of the British government may well be in the hands of the DUP. Now, the party is socially conservative, and it's vetoed the legalisation of same-sex marriage in Northern Ireland since 2015, and that's in opposition to the Republic of Ireland and also to the rest of the United Kingdom. Now, the former DUP minister, a chap called Jim Wells, called the issue a red line, and he added that Peter will not marry Paul in Northern Ireland. They also maintain that the party is very pro-life, and they have campaigned strongly against any extension of abortion rights in the country. They've unanimously opposed every single bill that has been put forward that had anything to do with pro-life. And this has forced many women in Northern Ireland to travel elsewhere for terminations or to rely on abortion pills that they're able to buy online. And, you know, if it's anything like the last thing I bought from Amazon, looked good on the website, but when that thing arrived, it was a piece of shit. Oh, and I'm looking at my laptop right now, and we have some breaking news. You were supposed to do the breaking news music. Okay, one more time. I did again. And it looks like we have some breaking news. Thanks very much. Theresa May is now going to form a government with DUP backing. So there we go. I love breaking news. I like the music, really. I think what we're going to do is every day I'm just going to have some piece of breaking news, even if it's completely and utterly made up. Fake news. We could coin that phrase. We could call it something like fake news. Wouldn't that be cool, right? It's been done, hasn't it? It has been done. Anyway, listen, while I was doing my breaking news, Trump Vader popped his face up at the window, and he is here. So, Trump Vader, come on in, mate. How you doing? Well, how you doing? You feel vindicated, don't you? He feels vindicated. And you have a tweet to read, yes. What's that? Hang on a second. He wants to read this tweet under oath. So, ladies and gentlemen, under oath, Trump Vader.
An honor to join the Faith and Freedom Coalition yesterday. In America, we don't worship government. We worship God.
Jesus, Trump Vader, did you go to seminary recently? Wow, amazing. Well, look, he was here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Reverend Trump Vader. What the hell is going on? No, this is... Trump Vader, you bastard! You brought these people here to my studio. Now, stop this, stop it! Please? Okay, thank you. Okay, so Trump Vader, well, actually Donald Trump, yesterday was at the Faith and Freedom Coalition, and I want to play you his little speech there. Now this is on the official @RealDonaldTrump Twitter account. He posted this today, and, well, I'm just going to play it without prejudice.
As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail. And as long as our country remains true to its values, loyal to its citizens, and devoted to its Creator, then our best days are yet to come. Because we will make America great again. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Make it stop. Seriously, that is on Donald Trump's Twitter page right now. Like, oh, look at this. It's so brilliant. Oh, my God. Anyway, listen, it's Friday night. go have a drink. I've already had a few, to be honest. And have a great weekend. And don't forget, if you enjoy the podcast, like, subscribe, leave me a nice little review on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, anywhere podcasts are available. And listen, have an absolutely fantastic weekend. And I will chat with you on Monday. God bless.